To put this into perspective, they've been going crazy since we first got here at 1:30 in the afternoon. This is exactly where the pipeline would be. It would go straight into Loretta Varley's bedroom. The crowd here inside Mohegan Sun Arena was loud, energetic, and passionate as President Trump delivered his endorsement to Lou Barletta for Senate. President Obama has been out campaigning for midterm candidates since earlier this month. He's expected to continue on up until the election in November. When the Eagles won the Super Bowl, all we heard was Philly, Philly. But with Villanova winning 2 of the last 3 national championships, Nova Nation has turned this city into Villy Villy. Police were trying to contact Eichner throughout the morning, but they believe at some point that he slipped out the basement and went out the back of the house. The focus of the football world is here at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, and in just a couple of hours, it could shift to the Lehigh Valley's own Saquon Barkley. Madeline Dean and Mary Gay Scanlon, who represent Berks, Delaware, and Montgomery counties, say they understand Stewart's frustration, and that's why they're doing everything they can to permanently fix this injustice. As a rookie, Saquon Barkley established himself as one of the league's best players, and the Whitehall grad is hoping his on-field success translates into attention for a cause that hits close to home. It's early January, and Saquon Barkley is back home in Whitehall spending time with his family. Perhaps the most excited to see the NFL star, outside of his daughter Jada, is his 9-year-old niece Amira Johnson, or Mai.
Every time he's home, you know, they dance and they play, and she loves him.
Her energy is so positive, and when she's in the room, she just lights up the room.
Although Amira's light is something her mom, Katrina Krasenik, says almost did not shine after she was born.
The first day she was okay, everything was going good. The second day, I was feeding her and she turned blue.
Amira spent the next 5 days in the NICU.
Seeing her in the ICU and that little bed thing, it was difficult.
But she pulled through, and Katrina and Rashard Johnson took their daughter home. Yet without any diagnosis, Amira continued to have issues.
The left side was the biggest thing. Around 6 months, we noticed that like she wasn't really using her left hand. They just said like her brain didn't develop properly.
She started physical therapy at 6 months old and had rods placed in her spine at 3 because doctors said it was curved. Amira also began speech therapy, but wasn't making much progress.
Just working with her for a little bit, I'm like, you know, just something isn't clicking.
2 years later, she was diagnosed with 22q11 deletion syndrome, a disorder which stems from missing parts of the 22nd chromosome. After learning there wasn't a cure, but destined for the NFL, Uncle Saquon made a promise, one he followed through on with the league's initiative, My Cause, My Cleats.
I want to raise awareness. You know, 22q is a rare genetic disease, but it's not very common to the general public. And there's something that I've been talking about with my brother when I was in college, that when opportunity comes, that I want to help. And, you know, I'm going to give her those cleats, and I'm going to take my own money and donate to her children.
In the meantime, Amira is not only monitored by a team of doctors at Children's Hospital of Philadelphia, but is continuing physical therapy.
We're really just basing it on what we hope to see her get to and what she wants to get to. And big push.
And speech therapy at Health and Wellness Center at Cedar Crest.
She's been coming here for so long, you would think that progress wouldn't continue. She keeps getting better and better.
And through his own rising stardom, Saquon can keep Amira's light shining with 22q alongside her in the spotlight.
That's what everything's about with sports.
And you can help Amira and kids like her by donating at 22q.org and/or by showing up to the Chick-fil-A in Whitehall on February 2nd. 15% of the day's sales will be given to the International 22q Foundation. There's still a heavy police presence here on Hamilton Boulevard as police have shut the street down in both directions. I'm going to step out of the shot so you can see. State police are leading the investigation along with the Lehigh County District Attorney's Office and South Whitehall Township Police. Now, officials have not provided us with a ton of information as to what happened here. However, we have obtained video which shows the encounter police had with the man right by that police cruiser before they eventually felt they had to shoot him. Now, we are going to show you this video right up until the shooting. You will not see the man get shot, but you will hear the shots. This video, taken by a person we're not identifying, shows a man talking with police on the side of Hamilton Boulevard in South Whitehall around 6 o'clock this evening. Lehigh County District Attorney Jim Martin says South Whitehall police responded to a report just minutes prior for a man interfering with traffic. Witnesses say the man was jumping on cars. However, Martin wouldn't confirm that.
In this area, there were several interactions with vehicles. Some damage was done to some of the vehicles. At least in one occasion, he ripped a window out of the vehicle.
We saw a car with glass on the windshield and hood believed to be one of the cars that the man damaged. Back to the video, and after a brief conversation, the man walks behind the police cruiser and then back towards it. A police officer can be heard instructing the man, who appears to not be armed, to get on the ground, but he does not comply. That's when you hear multiple gunshots.
Person we're informed is deceased. He was taken to Lehigh Valley Hospital, Cedar Crest, and we don't really have an identity on him. You'll have to get that from the coroner when it is established, and we're not at this point going to identify the involved officer.
Now, as investigators continue to gather more evidence out here, we're working to get more information as well. Once we have more, we'll share it with you. The crowd here inside Mohegan Sun Arena was loud, energetic, and passionate as President Trump delivered his endorsement to Lou Barletta for Senate. Now, it's ironic that the event was held here in the first place, considering it's named after Barletta's opponent's father, Bob Casey Sr. But a spokesperson for the Barletta campaign tells me President Trump wanted it here.
Get out and vote for an incredible champion, an incredible winner.
President Trump held his second event for Congressman Lou Barletta in as many weeks.
We need Republicans. We need Lou Barletta.
The GOP is trying to turn up the heat on the Barletta-Casey race, considering Democratic Senator Bob Casey has a sizable lead in the polls and in fundraising. Barletta is a four-time congressman who currently represents the state's 11th district and is a former mayor of Hazleton. He is a hardliner on immigration, just like the president, and has been one of Trump's biggest supporters. In Wilkes-Barre Township, Barletta went on the offensive against Casey.
He is leading the resistance and obstruction to President Trump's agenda. He no longer represents the values of people here in Pennsylvania.
The president also criticized Casey. He previously called him a do-nothing senator who only shows up at election time. This time, he had a nickname for him.
Sleeping Bob. Sleeping Bob. Ha!
The name-calling and support for Barletta is the president's attempt to pull off a win for Republicans in Pennsylvania, like Trump did in 2016. Now, a Trump endorsement has not guaranteed a win for Republicans in the past, so we'll see if it does for Barletta come November.